Welcome back and thank you for staying with us right here on SA Today. Tshwane Emergency Services is on high alert to assisting neighbouring provinces worst affected by Tropical Storm Eloise. The Weather Service says it could lead to some localised flooding by Wednesday. Our reporter Ofentse Setimo has more on that story.
An alert level 10 for provinces of Mpumalanga and Limpopo following Hurricane Eloise wreaked havoc in some parts of those areas. Well, the Tshwane Emergency Services department and other departments is actually on high alert to try and assist those areas, but also to ensure that should the hurricane reach these areas, they will be able to respond amicably. Joining me now is Mr. Charles Mabasa of the Department of Tshwane Emergency Services, who's actually going to elaborate a bit further. Thank you so much, Mr. Mabaso. If you can just tell us, alert level 10, what does it entail, especially for emergency services?
Okay, thank you. You have said it rightly so, that the alert level 10 was issued for Mpumalanga as well as Limpopo. But coming to your question in terms of what alert level 10 means, it actually means in terms of risk assessment that has got the impact that can be experienced by the people or those that are exposed to the weather condition. It means that the probability of that eventuality taking place is extremely high, and also the impact to life, the environment, as well as infrastructure might also be very high. That is what alert or warning level 10 means.
Yes, and you did say that your department is on high alert in case of localized floodings, even in Tshwane itself. What plan do you have in case of such eventualities occurring here?
Yeah, look, sometimes when something happens further away from you and not home, you tend to relax and say, it's not happening to me. But as the emergency services, we do not look at things in that way. We are part of response mechanisms for the whole country, not the city only. So as such, our first preference is to make sure that we are ready for eventualities around the city, and then secondary, it is the province, that we are ready for the province. But also, should there be a need outside the province, we then get ourselves ready to assist outside the province. So far, as emergency services, we've got our teams of swift water rescue technicians as well as divers, including a medical doctor and paramedics that are ready to respond outside the borders of the municipality, but also on high alert as part of our daily response mechanism to respond to possible incidents within the city itself.
Yes. And within the city itself, we know that there has been events where there has been some localized flooding itself. Which areas are more prone to these floodings, and what advice would you have for those residents?
Localized flooding in the city is not the only risk that we face. With each and every rain that comes, it comes with various challenges, not only in terms of flooding. There are areas that even if they are not flooded, they pool water. And as a result, you get children going to play in those places, and then we end up having drowning incidents. So with each and every rain that falls, we then are compelled to speak to residents, to warn them, so that they make sure that the children are kept safe, they're kept at bay. Motorists, when they drive with care, with carefulness, because we've got low water bridges that are known and are prone to localized flooding. And I must commend the drivers around the city, because since this morning we have been monitoring, and there has not been even a single accident that has been reported due to wet weather conditions or road conditions. But now, we know the city of Tshwane borders all the provinces and a number of municipalities. We border Limpopo, we border Northwest, we also border Mpumalanga. So as such, things that are happening in those areas have a possibility to also affect us. So when you look at areas like Hammanskraal, which are towards the north, and areas like in the region 5 and 7, Bronkhorstspruit, Ekangala, going to areas like Mamelodi, which is also another area that is flooding prone in informal settlement. Then you look at those areas with extreme caution, and you would like to alert the residents in those particular areas to remain on high alert, so that where possible we avert incidents that may lead to loss of life or extreme damage to infrastructure.
Thank you very much. That was the City of Tshwane Emergency Services spokesperson, Mr. Charles Mabaso, actually saying that the City of Tshwane borders different provinces and is neighboring to those provinces which are going to be affected by Hurricane Eloise. Also saying that because of such proximity to those provinces, they need to be on high alert to ensure that there is minimal damage and no loss of life. And with that, it's back to studio.